During early childhood, our brains are rapidly wiring and organising to make sense of the world around us. Our five senses are our external link to our environment. We know that children need a rich sensory world in order to organise and integrate multiple regions of the brain. We recently discussed the diencephalon, located in the limbic system. An important part of the diencephalon is the thalamus. Now, the thalamus is in charge of taking all of that sensory information and sending it through the hippocampus and the amygdala in order to be turned into a memory or to be perceived as threat and to trigger the fight-flight response. During our first years, our brain is making sense of the world and deciding whether or not this is a safe place and that future learning can occur. In our busy and fast-paced world, it is easy to become disengaged from our senses, meaning that our mind can disengage from our body and our environmental experiences. Although we need a rich sensory environment to be able to stimulate learning, it's important to note that children's sensory systems can become overloaded. An overloaded sensory system can trigger a child into a stress response. Calming, positive environmental and sensory experiences can help to create happy, healthy, savouring memories. When understanding calming, positive sensory experiences, a great place to start is nature. Nature has multiple rhythms and sensory experiences that help to calm and wire those lower regions of the brain. We know that children are hands-on learners. Tactile play allows great stimulation and also helps to regulate the stress response systems. When understanding human connection, touch and eye contact will actually release oxytocin, which calms the human stress response systems. Did you know that even touching and staring into the eyes of an animal can help release oxytocin to calm and soothe the nervous system? In our last video, we discussed the biological human need for safety and connection. We also discussed how secure attachment can help to build healthy foundations for future learning and regulation. The human brain expects certain experiences in order to be able to develop and regulate. A great way for us to be able to understand some of these needs is by looking at our two forgotten senses. These are the proprioception and vestibular systems. The vestibular system is also known as our body's balance center. It is responsible for receiving information regarding our body's movement in space. The receptors for this system are located in our inner ear and are stimulated by changes in head position. The proprioceptive system informs us of our body's position in space. The receptors for this system are found in our muscles and joints and send information to our brain about where our body is and how much force we are using. Proprioception is important in building body's awareness and achieving motor milestones. Understanding these two systems are key in healthy brain development. In fact, many intrinsic parenting behaviours actually activate both of these systems. When we refer to healthy brain development in terms of our sensory system, we refer to these as patterned, repetitive, rhythmic experiences. Patterned, repetitive, rhythmic experiences help us to wire a healthy survival brain. If a child's experience is that when I cry, I am not picked up, I am not rocked, I am not sung to, I am not held close, it is important that this is where we need to start by introducing some patterned, repetitive, rhythmic experiences. Patterned, repetitive, rhythmic experiences that help to rewire the lower regions of the brain can include singing, dancing, drumming, walking, swinging, trampoline, and massage. Can you think of some other experiences in early childhood that you believe would fit into patterned, repetitive, rhythmic experiences? When we can assist in calming the survival brain, we can offer the lower regions of the brain the opportunity to rewire. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to be able to reorganize itself. Throughout life, we have the ability to be able to create new pathways and have old pathways pruned away. However, during early childhood, we have the most plasticity and the most chance to be able to rewire the brain. When a child experiences the world as unsafe, it can create a disorganized wiring of the brain. It is through offering these safety experiences through our connection, our relationships, and regulating activities that we can start to reorganize a disorganized brain. The argument of nature versus nurture has extended throughout human history. It has been recorded as far back as ancient Greece philosophers. We now know, through advances in modern technology and scientific research, that it is in fact the dance between biology and environment that literally shape our brains. It is through our experiences and our relationships with significant adults in our lives that form the foundations of early development. Thank you for joining me for this series. If you would like more information on any of the topics that we have covered, on your screen you will see some of the names of the researchers who have made significant contributions in these areas.